this evening. First, the nation celebrates academic excellence as students shine in the 2024 CAPE and CSEC exams, but there are mixed results in key subjects. We'll break down the highs and lows, including who topped the chart. Plus, President Irfan Ali announces a major boost in carbon credit funding for Amerindian communities. Learn how this record investment will transform lives across the hinterland. Then, in a bold move towards sustainability, Guyana's National Forest Restoration Initiative plants 2,500 trees. Find out where this reforestation effort is taking root. Also, the future of Ghana's skies is in training. 25 recruits begin specialized program in air traffic control and aeronautical services. We'll give you a behind-the-scenes look at their journey. And outside a major convention, protesters rally against the war in Gaza, leading to arrests after tensions escalate. Stay with us for these stories and more coming up on tonight's broadcast. Welcome to this broadcast of Channel 2's Headline News Update for August 20th, 2024. I am Baby Bacchus. Thank you for joining us. First up, Guyana maintained a stable performance in the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination 2024 with an overall pass rate of 92.5%, slightly down from 93% in 2023. Chief Education Officer Saddam Hussein reported that 721 students from 13 secondary schools and 4 private centers participated this year, up from 701 students last year. Several subjects achieved 100% pass rates, and compulsory subjects such as Caribbean Studies and Communication Studies both recorded pass rates exceeding 90%. Anaya Couchman from Queen's College was the top CAPE student, securing 11 grade 1s. In contrast, Guyana's Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC results for 2024 showed a decline in the overall pass rate to 63.23%, down from 67.37% in 2023. Hussein revealed that 11,612 students took the CSEC exams this year. Notable improvements were seen in 12 subjects, with 7 maintaining steady performance and another 7 achieving pass rates over 90%. However, English A's pass rate dropped from 72 to 69%, while English B improved from 64 to 70%. Mathematics decreased from 34% to 31%. Although additional mathematics rose to a 53% pass rate. Meanwhile, technical and vocational education and training subjects generally performed well, with the exception of clothing, textile, and fashion, which saw a lower pass rate of 71%. 3 students emerged as top CSEC performers, each securing 23 grade 1s. Rudranath Sankar from Anna Regina Secondary School, Dave Chowti from Queen's College, and Pradesh Dwarka from Anna Regina Secondary School. Headline News congratulates all the students who wrote the CAPE and CSEC 2024 exams. On a different note, President Dr Mahamudu Bawumia has announced a significant boost in carbon credit funding for Amerindian and hinterland communities, with $4.84 billion now allocated to 242 Amerindian, riverine, and remote villages. The announcement was made at the National Tushaus Council Conference held at the Artichon Convention Center. Ghana's agreement with HES Corporation, which purchases 30% of the country's forest carbon over 10 years, has allowed the government to increase carbon credit distribution to Amerindian villages under the Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030. Initially, 15% of the total earnings were earmarked for these communities, but the government increased that share to 25.6% this year. In 2023, $4.7 billion in funding was distributed across the 242 villages, resulting in the implementation of 811 transformative projects aimed at improving tourism, agriculture, infrastructure, and other sectors. President Ali emphasized the government's commitment to Amerindian development, stating that this increased funding reflects trust, dignity, and recognition for the community's contributions. In other news, the National Forest Restoration Initiative in Guyana is making significant strides, with 2,500 trees already planted to restore overused, degraded, or deforested areas. Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat emphasized the project's importance despite its cost in advancing the forestry sector. A pilot project in Linden has seen over 2,500 trees planted across 20 to 30 acres, with expansion plans targeting other regions, including regions 10, 1, 6, and 8. Native tree species like kabuki and simarupa are being planted. This initiative aligns with the government's Low Carbon Development Strategy 2030, promoting a sustainable, low-carbon economy. The project also involves community participation, with local youths trained in various aspects of reforestation. Minister Barrett also noted that the recently completed National Forest Inventory will enhance forest management. Collaboration with the EU on mangrove restoration has shown promising results, particularly for protecting Guyana's vulnerable coastline. Stick around when we return. 25 individuals begin aviation training in Guyana, and 7 Amaran villages receive land titles and absolute grants.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny?
I want money for borrow for doing surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lender's, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton, and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
See clearly with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Mill Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Welcome back. The government has handed over 5 absolute land grants and 2 certificates of title to 7 Amaran villages. The villages receiving absolute grants include Hotikwai, Hobadai, and Red Hill in Region 1, Akawini in Region 2, and Mokomoko in Region 9. Arau Village in Region 7 and Karasabi in Region 9 received certificates of title. The land documents were presented by President Dr Mahamudu Bawumia and Minister of Amaran Affairs Pauline Sukai during the National Tushaut Council Conference. The village leaders expressed their excitement over the legal recognition of their land, noting the positive impact on their communities, livelihoods, and economic progress. The Amaran Land Titling Project, governed under the Amaran Act of 2006, aims to empower indigenous communities by securing legal ownership of traditional lands. The government has allocated $800 million in 2024 to expand the initiative. In other news, 25 individuals from across Guyana have commenced a 6-month specialized training program in air traffic control assistance and aeronautical information services. The program, hosted by the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority and the Civil Aviation Training School, includes 3 months of academic instruction followed by practical on-the-job training. This 6-month program, one of the largest of its kind, has attracted participants from various regions, including Region 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, with additional recruits from Regions 9 and 10 following a recruitment drive in Georgetown. The training, which runs from Monday to Friday, prepares them for career in aviation. During the opening ceremony at the Tamiri Control Tower, Minister of Public Works Bishop Edhiel and Guyana Civil Aviation Authority Director General Lieutenant Colonel Egbert Field urged the trainees to prioritize safety, punctuality, and professionalism. The program guarantees employment with the Guyana Aviation Authority for successful graduates and offer ongoing career advancement opportunities. Don't go away after the break. 19,000 suspected or confirmed Mpox cases this year, and emergency measures to ease prison overcrowding activated in the UK.
Minds Educational Institute, offering preschool, nursery, and primary levels. Finally, a school that is every parent's dream. Located at 69 Crow Street, offering academic excellence, trained qualified teachers, small class sizes, personalized care, and one-to-one attention for your little ones. At Smart Minds, register for full-time or evening classes, daily practice pass exam papers for proficiency at the grade 2, 4, and 6 assessment, and CXE exam preparedness. Or join our Becca Phonics reading and writing program. So if your child is for preschool, nursery, or primary level, come to Smart Mind, located at 69 Crow Street, or call 231-4885 or 600-9229 to enroll now.
Good girl forget things.
What's the problem, Granny? I want money for borrow for those surgery. I was dancing and I fall and fracture my hip.
If you need some quick money, you should check Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop, Lot 238 South Road Border, Georgetown. Get jewelry made to order in just 72 hours. We also accept vehicles. Lenders, best rates, longest payback period.
Boys, I get through. Plus, I could dance again.
Lender's Jewelry and Pawn Shop.
Sneakily with a gift of sight from Modern Optical Services. Let our professional team examine and prescribe what's best for your eyes. Our smiles make fashionable faces. See us for a full line of optical services, including brand name and prescription eyewear. Modern Optical Services, 316 Middle Street, Georgetown, telephone 226-1082.
Furnishing your home or office has never been easier. Here at Kissoon's, our inventory of locally made and imported furniture, offered at amazing prices, will leave you wanting more. From vinyl, floor rugs and carpets, bedroom, dining and living room sets, mattresses, pillows, office desk, chairs and filing cabinets, outdoor benches and tables. We have a piece of furniture for every room imaginable in your home or office. Check out our flagship store at Industrial Site Rijnveld or one of our branches in New Amsterdam, Port Morant, Riverton, and Camp Street. Kissoon's Furniture, furnishing homes for over 50 years.
Welcome back. Now we take a look at what's happening in the region and around the world. Health officials in the U.S. Virgin Islands are urging residents and visitors to take precautions as dengue cases surge, particularly in the St. Thomas and St. John districts. As of the latest update, there are 82 reported cases, with 63 on St. Thomas and 18 on St. John and 1 on St. Croix. Authorities recommend removing standing water, repairing window screens, and using mosquito repellents. Residents are also advised to seek medical attention if experiencing symptoms of dengue, which can be mild to life-threatening. Meanwhile, outside the convention, demonstrators took to the streets largely in protest over the war in Gaza. While most were peaceful, some tore down fences and climbed over security barriers, after which some were arrested. Al Jazeera's John Henry reports.
Outside Chicago's United Center, protesters for an array of causes gathered to demonstrate against the Democrats. The first protests of the day led to the first breach of a security barrier, as protesters tore down a fence between them and the convention. That led to the first arrests. And that led to a police crackdown that cleared a nearby park. On Sunday and Monday, thousands marched against poverty, for LGBT rights, and against Israel's war on Gaza, including this teacher.
A lot of the students don't have housing or don't have adequate food at home, don't have adequate health care, and yet the government finds billions and billions of dollars to spend on massacring children in Palestine. So, there's something wrong with that, and we need to fight against it.
Among the protesters was presidential candidate Jill Stein of the Green Party.
This is a gathering of working people, homeless people, the Poor People's Army who marched here from Milwaukee to bring, the real issues of poverty and homelessness and lack of health care and student debt and medical debt and all that we don't hear a word about actually from the Harris-Trump, campaigns.
Thousands of Chicago police controlled the streets with bikes, with riot gear, and what appeared to be a measure of restraint, as when a supervisor, off camera, told officers not to arrest this man.
No. Hey, Andre, no.
This is a standoff between protesters and police. That officer is holding a sign telling them they are being ordered to disperse. These protesters are not doing that, and there are plenty of police to reinforce that order.
We're taking the dead man. Move back, please.
The tension eased when protesters agreed to remove a tent encampment. For some, it was a teaching moment.
We're mobilizing. Human beings are mobilizing around a cause that is sounds so basic, right? Like to protect human rights, and so this has been a great awakening for a lot of my, the people that are here and my children to see it firsthand. You can't teach us in the books, so that's why we're here.
Time and time again, police avoided repeating the bloody crackdowns of the 1968 convention here, mindful of the city's reputation, but knowing there are many more protests to come. John Hendren, Al Jazeera, Chicago.
Internationally, the UK has activated emergency measures to help ease overcrowding in prisons in northern England. That's after the recent arrest of more than 1,000 alleged rioters earlier this month. Operation Early Dawn went into effect on Monday. Al Jazeera's Sonia Gallego reports.
An eruption of rioting, leaving destruction in its wake. Hundreds have been arrested for offences that include racially and religiously aggravated crimes and criminal damage. Putting down the disorder was only one challenge. There are also ongoing issues within the UK's justice system, highlighted further by the mass arrests.
There was a basic failure, which is a failure to have enough prison places for the number of prisoners that were being sentenced to prison. That is about as basic a failure of government from the previous government as you could possibly have got. We've had to deal with that with the additional strain of the disorder of recent weeks.
Overcrowding has exacerbated a crisis that's been years in the making, with too few new prisons built to ease the pressure.
The sentence is one of 20 months imprisonment.
During these measures, offenders will only face a court only when a cell is confirmed as ready. Until then, they will be held in police cells. It's the second time this year the mechanism has been triggered. More than 1,100 people have been arrested during and after the recent rioting, and that has increased the pressure on the prison system. To manage capacity, the automatic release point for most standard sentences is being reduced from 50% to 40% of time served. But this won't apply to serious violent offenders, including those imprisoned for terrorism, sex offences and domestic abuse. But for those who've been only too aware of the pressure on the prison system, the move comes as little surprise.
This is a byproduct of 14 years of mismanagement by the previous government, who closed 20 public sector prisons with the loss of over 10,700 prison cell spaces. They haven't provided enough cell spaces in our prisons, despite their own predictions of an increasing prison population.
The measures may provide a short-term solution to prison capacity, but there is an acknowledgement that much more needs to be done to ease the crisis in the country's justice system. Even as new prisons are being built, many fear it won't be enough to house inmates with lengthier sentences, leading to more delays in convictions and a greater risk to public safety. Sonia Gallego, Al Jazeera.
And finally, the number of suspected and confirmed Mpox cases reported this year is nearing 20,000. The outbreak began in the Democratic Republic of Congo, but the first cases outside Africa were reported in Sweden and Pakistan earlier this week. Al Jazeera's Victoria Gettenby.
Thousands of people in the Democratic Republic of Congo, or DRC, are suffering from these lesions. They're caused by Mpox, a virus from the smallpox family. The flu-like symptoms and pus-filled lesions have killed hundreds of people in the DRC, and that's scarring many others.
I would like someone to help us, otherwise the epidemic will spread further. Many people will die, and we will infect the children who are at home.
The World Health Organization has issued its highest alert level for Mpox after the Africa Centers for Disease Control and Prevention called it a continental emergency. A new strain known as Clade 1b is causing the increase in cases, enabling the virus to spread faster and wider than ever before. It's been detected in all 26 provinces of the DRC, and the number of confirmed infected people has risen above 16,000. After years of conflict and being forced from her home, Isabella now has to deal with her son's potentially life-threatening illness.
I am displaced with my 8 children. I woke up last week and noticed my son had a bad fever. We came here and the doctor said he's suffering from the Mpox virus.
An ongoing rebellion in the east of the DRC has added to a shortage of medicines in a healthcare system that was already struggling. The World Health Organization estimates Clade 1b kills 3.6% of the people it infects, much higher than previous strains. The Congolese health minister is hopeful that after years of dealing with outbreaks, the DRC will also be able to deal with the Mpox emergency.
Two countries promised us vaccines, Japan and the United States. I hope with all my heart they'll arrive next week. 3 million vaccines cost $600 million. Once we have them, we need to use them. We can't waste a single dose.
So far, 12 African countries have recorded cases. Others have been confirmed in Sweden and Pakistan. An international surveillance operation is underway after the World Health Organization declared a global health emergency. Victoria Gatenby, Al Jazeera.
This brings us to the end of the regional and global news coverage. Up next is a 3-day forecast. And that's it, TV2 Headline News for this Tuesday evening. As we take our leave, we invite you to follow us on Facebook and YouTube. You can tune in tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. for rebroadcast and at 7 p.m. for more news. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.